Hi, my name is Habib CHAMOUN. I'm a professor at IMADEC University. What we really teach here is how students, MBA students, can become better at negotiating, better at resolving conflicts, and better communicators throughout their industries. And it is very important to mention this because nowadays we have a lack of negotiators and we need more negotiators worldwide. The students at our courses, they actually learn how conflicts are generated and then how we can manage those conflicts, as well as we also teach several strategies, techniques, and tools that the students can use right away on their cases. And for instance, we use negotiation tools that they are used from all the way from the Phoenician history, the ancient Phoenicians, like in this book that we have. We took the best practice of the ancient Phoenicians and we brought it to today's environment. And we teach the students how to do these noble, respectable negotiations, not only for relationship building, but also for getting results. In results, either commercial results or results either getting somebody out of conflict. So what we do with our courses, we give tools and strategies to the students so that they can, for instance, communicate better to the other side. For instance, they won't react with emotions to the other side. They can control through a methodology that we provide to the students. Sometimes the conflict is generated through a lack of communication, and we show the students tools of communications that can make dialogues more productive, as well as preventing or helping them how to talk to people that are conflicted people, or how to talk in a conflictive negotiation or situation. So what we do is not only go to the art and science of negotiation, but also we take from communication sciences what are the best practices to communicate without offending others, and so on. Among other things that we do as well, we teach the students when you want to take somebody to the table of negotiation, so you need tools of negotiation. But sometimes you need to move the position of the other side. And in order to do that, we use the methodologies of persuasion. How do I persuade the other? How do I change the environment? How do I change my looks? How do I change the situation so that I can get the other one to my position or closer to my position, and then we show them how to get from there, negotiating to the solution. Now, all of these courses are based on ethics and the win-win situation, but more than the win-win, because we not only teach the students from distributed negotiation, which is the haggling and sometimes not everybody wins, to the win-win, but also we teach them how you can apply what we call in this book tradables. When you want to do a negotiation that you want it to be transgenerational, that you have one generation and another generation and still a win-win, you need to use what we call tradables. So we teach the students how you can create tradables and how can you learn from the ancient Phoenicians how they built the network of business in the Mediterranean for 2,000 years and how successful they were and what was the secret. That's what we also teach. For the students not only to think about the short-term negotiation, which is distributive, the long-term negotiation, what we call the integrative, and other professors that is called the integrative in the business in the science of negotiation, but also longer than the long term, which is not only my generation, my son's generations or my grandson's generation. How do I go beyond that? That's what we're missing today. We need to create business that they will really last forever. And the business through generations, people through people. We need to go back to this respect, tolerance, and great concept from the past. This takes us to another point. Our negotiation teaching is based on principles, is based on ethics. We talk about how an ethical negotiation is, how a non-ethical negotiation. So we discuss that because we need to create better leaders of tomorrow. So we need to do that. So we teach those principles to include them into our students. And how do we do that? We use many role plays, case studies. Also, we do simulation, actual simulation when the students take the course material and apply it into their own business, their own cases, and then they feed back to us as professors. Also, it's very important in today's environment to understand the effect of email negotiation or Facebook negotiation or multiple negotiations, virtual negotiations. So what we do is we use a simulation course when we have students simulating through internet a negotiation. So we go anywhere from single issue negotiation, single issue two-party negotiation, to multiple issue, multiple party negotiation, to ways of mediation. How do we actually solve problems when we have conflict between two? How do you mediate? And also, we cover what is called international trade and diplomatic negotiations, when we give the students, even though they are MBA students, an opportunity to visualize what will it take for them to become diplomats and do business and use the techniques of diplomacy to get business done. And so for that we do simulations where we simulate the students are playing or representing a country, and then that's very good for the business people to understand the role of politics and diplomats. As well as that, we also do, as I was saying, the internet negotiation, chat negotiation, and through this simulation, the students not only learn how to write messages that are really persuasive to get somebody to the table, but also to critical thinking. So they develop this critical thinking, analyzing the cases, and then send them to the other ones, and then negotiating and doing a voting if it's necessary. So in IMADEC, we have an opportunity of teaching the students not only the typical negotiation classes, the typical by the book. We explore different opportunities where we can go not only from the ancient ways of negotiating, where you have tolerance, respect, trust to the other one, where you build trust, but also we take the best practices from the past and we use the best tools of the present, preparing our students for the future. So this is a blessing to be here in IMADEC, because we have great students, and our courses go anywhere from the conflict, how conflict is produced, how do we manage conflict, how do we negotiate so we don't get into conflict, how do we use negotiations, how we use mediation, and we go all the way from a single issue negotiation to multiple issue, multiple parties, and not only face-to-face negotiations, but also email negotiations, chat negotiations, and internet negotiations through simulations. Finally, I leave you with the saying of a famous poet that once said, "The one that works the marble and finds his soul in the stone is nobler than the one that only labors the ground." We at IMADEC, we try to find the soul of the students and ourselves in what we do. That means we work and we find the best ways to teach, and also to make sure that the students learn what we teach and they apply what we teach, because knowledge without application is wasted knowledge. Knowledge applicable is what we're doing. We bring the students, and the students not only get a case, but they get their own case and they apply it at work. Thank you.